Hi there. Today I've taken a lot of efforts to show up because it's the day right after weekend. I have so much of energy, so much of enthusiasm, unlike the other days. Okay. So I have been thinking whether I should take a day's break between each video. Would that make a difference if I take a break between each video? Because sometimes anything that you do by force, the creativity is gone out of it and it doesn't feel good. So after the 2 days break, though I did make a video, song video, it feels nice to be back. Very excited about this. Okay, what are we going to talk today? मैं सोच रही थी आज हिंदी में व्लॉग करूँगी, लेकिन अगर हिंदी में व्लॉग किया तो जो मेरे फ्रेंड्स हैं जो हिंदी नहीं जानते उनका क्या होगा, फिर इसलिए मैंने चेंज कर दिया और आई डिसाइडेड कि मिक्स करके बात करेंगे. ओके, हिंदी और इंग्लिश दोनों में बात कर सकते हैं. ये देखिए मेरे ग्रे हेयर्स, कैन यू सी दैट? इट्स रियली नाइस. So these days when the videos show up like how to change your gray hair to black naturally, easy methods, I just scroll down. I don't want to do that because I like this. This is the kind of hair which I waited from a very long time to have silver hair. I've told this 1,000 times, sorry about that, okay? Because I like it so much, I'm just telling it again and again and again. So today I'll be going for a walk in the evening. It's a part of my schedule. I have some tasks and I'm excited about that as well. मुझे एक स्टैंड लेना ही पड़ेगा इसके लिए. मेरे पास एक स्टैंड है लेकिन मैं लेज़ी होती हूँ कि उसको लगाना है, फिर ट्राई करना है, सही हो रहा है, फिर पोजीशनिंग, ये सब थोड़ा सा लेज़ीनेस है, इसलिए मैं नहीं कर रही. नहीं तो मेरे पास है वैसे एक स्टैंड. अगर स्टैंड है तो योर हैंड्स आर फ्री एंड यू कैन यूज़ बोथ योर हैंड्स व्हाइल टॉकिंग. मेरे नाखून भी बढ़ गए हैं, काटने पड़ेंगे. ओके, तो आज चेंबर में मैंने क्या किया. आज मंडे है तो चेंबर में मैंने आई रेड एन आर्टिकल एंड देन आई wrote about whether Ayurveda, allopathy, Unani or homeopathy, which branch of medicine is better? Is it this? Which kind of treatments people prefer? So I just went on talking about that, and while talking about that, I said that it is up to the patient or the person who would choose whatever kind of medicine is good for them. It's not medicine, what do you call that? That branch of treatment, or I don't know, there's a word, I'm not getting that. It's not medicine, it's something else. Like, what is Ayurveda? What is allopathy? What is homeopathy? What is a word that you give for that? Which kind of, it's not medicine, I don't know what to say for that. So in my opinion, it has to be left to the patient or the family. You just have to discuss it and decide on the kind of medication that you would like to choose. The branch of medication, probably you can say like that. Branch of medicine, probably, whatever it is. And because I was saying that the factor of trust plays a big role in this. If you trust the method, then it is probably going to work for you better than if you don't trust and somebody has just forced it upon you. You know, like we all trust that something works for us better than the other. Maybe it is from experience, or it is because you have seen it working for other people. Maybe whatever is the reason, we all have trust factor. So when you trust your doctors, when you trust the branch of medicine, it affects you more. It starts working for you. That's what I believe. So when I read that, it's a very interesting topic, theme you can talk about, right? This is not the color of my, this is the color of the leggings, okay? It's not that bright red which it shows like. Sometimes I don't know what happens to this. So that is what I did in chamber today. It's a very interesting theme for me, like which kind of, we have different branches, like Indian mode of medicine is about Ayurveda, and there are many other like home remedies which we know, and there are so many shrubs and herbs which we have, which affects people, which can help people to cure and heal. It's not just allopathy. But then many times when you lean on the science of it, we only have allopathy. We don't trust Ayurveda, or we don't trust the other branches of medicine, as I said. But then in everybody's life there comes a time when you are sick for a while, and when you are unwell, after a while we just leave it to, we just like to go by what our instinct tell us. It's about trust. You trust this and you want to try this. That's where it brings us. After all, there comes a stage, because I know I have the experience where trust has worked and it has helped me heal. So I believe that, I don't know whether doctors believe in that, but I think mentally, your mental healing is, or mental factors, I can say, where trust comes. Where you believe that you're going to get well, or whether this is going to work for you. So that matters a lot. So whether it is Ayurveda or allopathy or any branch, if you trust this is going to work for you, you should follow that. That's my view in that. I don't know what is your view, and I don't know whether you feel. For me, it is like, for some diseases, whenever I was unwell, for some sickness I always take allopathic medicine, but for some of it I follow Ayurveda. I have also tried homeopathy at some time, but then now I will never try that, because I know it's a sweet kind of tablets they give, and I've never tried Unani, and then home nuskas, which is home remedies which you have. Of course, I like trying out all those, and like we have so many shrubs and herbs which we have in the backyard, especially in India and even abroad. It's called as pseudoscience, right? Where we try out certain things, and it is either come from the ancestral time, or we tried it and it works for us. It has come through somebody else to us, and then we try it out and it works for us. And if it does work for us, we trust that, and we also pass it on to the next generation, probably tell them that this will work for you, probably because it worked for me. It goes like that. But for some serious ailments, now there is a debate on that, whether you need evidence, or whether you are kind of challenging what science believes in. Like most of the allopathic medicines you have, it is about science, and you have evidence, you have proof, and you have previous records of how it has worked for some patients. So are you going to just ignore that and then rely on these home remedies for serious ailments as well? I don't know. So that is a debate. So in my view is that, see, finally it all depends on the sense of discrimination of each individual. You need to know to discriminate between, like when we talk about good and bad, we say that life is not fair, but that doesn't mean that life is just unfair all the time. No, there's both fair and unfair. That's what life is about, isn't it? So when you say life is unfair, are you going to tell the next generation that life is all totally unfair? No, it's not like that. So you need to, from a very early time, you need to go through both of it, the good and bad, and then be able to discriminate between that. So the same way, these are all options you have. If you're not well, you have options. You can either take allopathic medicines, you can go for Ayurveda, or any medicines for that matter. There are options, and depending on your experiences, depending on what you trust will work for you, because probably it worked for somebody else, or because you have heard it through somebody else, because you are I don't know, for whatever reason, if you trust it, you can follow that. That's it. And there's no hard and fast rule in this. For me, it doesn't work like that. I take the help of all the branches. If it works for me, I'm willing to try out. I mean, if it's a first experience, definitely you can try out whatever you trust, blindly trust. Because for some of the, as I said, for some of the ailments, I definitely take allopathic medicine, but for some others, I like Ayurveda. It goes like that. So there's no hard and fast rule when it comes to choosing a branch of medicine or treatment or whatever you call that. So that's one one topic that I read a little about, and I found it very interesting. You can just go on and on and on with that. You know, it can happen in any age for that matter. It is not like only people who are only the seniors have to experience all these things. It's not like that. Like, you can be injured while in sports in your young age. You can have experiences. Either you or your loved ones or the people that you know can be injured at any point of time, and at those times we learn all these things. You know, it's not necessary that it has happened to you. It could have happened to somebody else as well. But mostly it is in our elderly age that we think about all these aspects. I don't know why. Maybe because we have our own experiences, a lot of experiences as we age, probably because of that. So maybe that's the reason, I don't know. But I have been thinking of all this even in my 20s. You know, whenever I've seen others and I've watched some of the interesting documentaries, and at those times I always think about this, the role of trust in medicine, in the branch of medicine, and how much of that works beyond the medicines that is prescribed, beyond the efficiency of the doctors. Is there something called as something that the patient himself or herself can contribute in their healing? That's very interesting. I've watched some documentaries and I really liked it. So from my personal experience, I would say that a lot of the physical ailments can be healed to a certain extent by improving the quality of your mind. In the sense, mental aspects does play a big role in that. That's what I believe. So the basic thing is that don't you think that it works even in learning? Like, if the child is intrinsically motivated, if the motivation is coming from within him or her, don't you think that they learn faster and better? Not the other way around, like you are just putting on them. It doesn't work like that. If they are motivated by themselves, then it works much better. If they trust the teachers, and if they trust the school system, probably the education system, then it works much better. That's a simplest example I can give. So the same thing applies for the branch of medicine as well, probably. If you trust that this works for you, in some way it's going to contribute in your healing, and you are going to get better probably faster than if it had been just given to you by force. It works that way. Okay, so that's what I believe. Do you like this hair color? I'm in love with this color. Great. So I'm just telling you from my heart, it's my favorite color now, and I love it. I waited so long for silver gray. So whatever you wait for, I've been working on my face now from these few days, because I wanted to shape my face, in the sense I'd lost a lot of weight, and now I'm in the gaining process, and it is actually working for me. So whatever I do, I'm so careful of how much and what I'm doing, in fact. So the part of that is also my face, and I think it's working much better now. Now I don't look like weak. What do you say? You don't want to look weak, you want to look healthy, right? So that's about it. I'll be back tomorrow with something interesting, and now I'll take a rest after this. Okay, so take care. Happy Monday. Enjoy your weekdays. It's productive days, back to work days, and I hope that you have a good time wherever you are.